Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Up the Guts podcast. Joining you as always is your host, Tricky, and this week we are joined by Holty. How are we, mate?
Very good as always.
Good to be back, mate.
Yeah, always.
Well, if you guys tuned in last week, JP will be absent for the next few weeks because if you guys tuned in to the end of the episode, when his fiance, and when I'm going through I think I was going through the AFL app to do the tips for the week coming up. I get a message from his fiance Chantel going, and I asked JP why. He says he has his snapmaps on for her, and then she goes, just messaged me.
Rookie mistake.
Is JP there when he should? Is JP there or JP at yours when he should be doing planning wedding stuff? And I've looked at it and my face lit up like, here we go. You should have seen JP's expression. He was just like, what? And then he goes, quick to the phone, checking all the missed messages. He goes, oh no.
All I can say is
she can be a fiery one, old Chantel. She's a good one, but
all I can say is woof woof. He was in the doghouse.
He was 100% in the doghouse. Now, how have you been, mate?
He was getting Dutch oven that night.
100%.
I've been good. Yeah. Been very occupied.
Mm-hmm.
Very occupied. Everything. University's next week. That's oh no.
Breaking with the Mason Red. Obviously, we're just talking about when we were recording on the Tuesday. Mason Redmond just signed 5 more years at Essendon, and Connor has replied back in the group chat saying he's horny.
Oh my goodness gracious!
So that's it's just what I wanted to read as I was putting my notifications on Do Not Disturb.
Oh goodness gracious! Yeah, university's back next week. That's only getting harder and harder the second half of the year. Residency work.
Mm-hmm.
Going good. Frustrating, but it's going good.
Yep.
It's a lot of work, but it's always good to have a challenge and keep yourself occupied. Because when you're more occupied, you're more organised. Because you have to get yourself more organised. And most boringest thing was probably the cricket.
Oh, was it not?
Oh my God! It's summer over in England and it's raining.
Well, we always knew it was coming. Let's be real.
That's right.
It was forecast for it to come. Before we get into the cricket, I want to talk about a situation. Not about a situation, but I'm sure you can relate. And I want to know, how do you recover from this type of situation?
Oh, is this a personal story?
No. So it's an awkward exchange. So sometimes I'll do it and then I'll get nervous. I've done it twice recently, but I did it the other day and I recovered. And the guy I did it with recovered really well. So when you're greeting someone, and you're not quite on the same wavelength.
Okay.
He's going for the fist pump. I've gone for the handshake.
Oh no! Yeah, that's terrible.
And he's seen it.
That's embarrassing.
He's seen it, and then
you both swap at the same time.
No, and he's quickly just switched.
Oh,
so props to him for switching on the spot. But isn't that one of the most awkward things? And there was another one where I think I had my hands tied and. One of the mates went for the knuckle, so I just went for the hug. I was like, so that he's kind of brought in. I was like, no. But have you had some awkward exchanges like that?
I get the old usual. I'm not a fan of the old friggin'
dap up.
The dap up, the old. I like a knuckles here and there, but I'm a fan of an old thick handshake.
Yeah.
Like a thick, strong.
Shout to Jack. He recovered very well and just quickly was the fist and went.
You know, someone's a very, very good gentleman. When you have a good, thick, strong grip handshake.
Mm-hmm.
They know their tools.
Yep.
And I like the handshake, but there's nothing more awkward than going for the handshake and you're standing there with your hand out.
And they've walked straight past.
And you're just looking at your hand like, I'll do that myself. Thanks, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had a few of them before. Yeah.
And it's sometimes it depends on how well you know them and how good you can recover.
Yeah.
If you know them really well, you can go, but then if you don't know them, you're just kind of and then you walk off going, oh, fuck.
Yeah, but it's also not the straight walk by. It's like, hey, mate. And I don't see it again. You go up to him again. Hey, mate. You go up for a third day and hey, mate. And then you just go, fuck it.
Yeah.
That's it. Oh, but it's terrible. Oh, it's definitely one of the worst.
Now, did you want to talk the cricket at all? Or did you want to...
it was blatantly obvious. Aussies retain the Ashes after a day 5 washout in Manchester.
Now,
I think
what do you think about it? Because if you can remember correctly, a lot of it's been circling over social media how England are complaining, but then there's a lot of it going over social media too. Back in 2014, or was it 2013 when they won it on a washout, they were celebrating.
Well, I mean, hasn't it been the story the whole series, isn't it? England are hypocrites.
Yep.
It's been the whole story. It's the stumping. Brendan McCullum did it. Bairstow did it. The washout. Now you say 2013-14 series. Yeah, it's definitely been the story of the whole thing. But
good to see Marnus finally make some runs.
Oh, yes.
Because I thought he was really, I don't know about you, I thought he was struggling.
He was.
I thought he was really struggling and was not looking good.
Anything that was on a off-stump line, he was very, very struggling to get his front foot out. He was getting very squared up. But the fourth test, England won the toss and elected to bowl first yet again. Yet again.
And it looked like to be the right choice if you go look at here.
It did. First innings, the Aussies went into bat and they were all out for 317, even though the average for a team batting first was about 350, 400 plus.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, not good at all. Marnus, 51 off his 115 balls, and the Bison.
Is he in some form?
Hasn't Holty made the right decision here?
Yeah.
51 off his 60, and Chris Wokes for the
Shout out to all the
Poms.
TikTok people going at Holty. 1-0 to Holty.
Oh, yeah. 5 wickets for 62 off his 22 overs. And England going in with a blasting 592 all out.
How was this innings?
With old Zachy Creepy Crawley 189 off his 182. That is a blasting innings. And then we had old cheeseburger Bairstow. 99 not out.
Suck shit, Johnny. Suck shit.
Oh, my. But again, it was a blasting innings. 99 off his 81.
He actually kept better in this test too, I thought. He took some...
Oh, he did take some good ones.
Yeah, he took some good catches finally.
Yes. And then Joe Root, 84 off his 95. And then... Josh Hazelwood, 5 for 126 off his 27. Ooh, a bit yucky. Second innings
was where the washout came, but we saw Marnus. We finished at 5 for 214. We saw Marnus get 111, which was really good to see. I thought he was struggling, but obviously got the 50 in the first innings, couldn't follow on with it, but this time managed to follow on. Not many people stood around with him. Mitch Marsh was there for a bit with him in the second innings, but other than that, there was not really much to talk about. But what have you learned so far? Obviously, there's one test match to go in the series, but what have you learned so far after we've retained the Ashes? What have you learned from Australia first, and what have you learned from England, and how do both teams move forward into February series?
From watching the Ashes very closely, going off by everyone's estimations, Ricky Ponting, Mark Taylor, I don't know the other name that was there, but they said Pat Cummins was going to resign as captain. I'm not entirely sold as him as a captain at the moment. Fantastic record. Don't get me wrong about that. World Test Championship won. That was our first one, so he's the only one to do it. Retaining the Ashes, and he did something else as well. Can't remember. It was 3 of them.
World Cup?
No, it wasn't.
Anyways,
yeah. So he's done a fantastic job as captain, but just... There's obviously some tweaks and stuff like that.
Or maybe it was hitting those winning runs you're thinking of.
Oh, yes, winning runs. Yes, that's right. Well, yeah, I think that was it. And
was it three sixes in a row, or two in 3 balls, something like that? Yeah.
Yeah, and look, he's done great as a captain. And like any other cricketer, you have your downfalls. You have your yips and that, but you can't just base him off this test. What he did wrong as a captain with his field placements and stuff like that. You can't just say he can resign because how old is he? About 26?
I want to say 26. Yeah, I was
26, 27?
when he was 18?
18,
yep.
Yeah. He's had a lot of injuries. He's been playing quite a long time, but I don't reckon he should resign at all. I reckon he should get help.
Yep.
He should definitely get help. Yes, Smithy did the same thing with Tim Payne as well. He was moving the field without Tim Payne's permissions and stuff like that. But Smithy should help Cummins out a bit more. I reckon instead of criticising Mark Taylor and Punter, criticising him, I reckon go up to and help him a bit.
Yep.
Same with Andrew McDonald. There's a bit of help from him there too, but no, he shouldn't resign. Yeah, like he said in his interview, Cummins, the last 2 tests have been a execution sort of thing. So just sort of not doing everything to a 100%, which is very impossible to do, but it is possible at the same time. And England, they can just stop whinging.
What do you think of moving into the summer series? Will Dave want to be there?
Yeah, I hope he is. He actually, he scored like 30s in the 30 and a 20 in this test. Like, that's better than a duck.
Mm-hmm.
Like, 50 runs is very, very handy. And I'd like him to be there still.
Yep.
Even though he doesn't perform well with Stuart Broad bowling at him, but sort of counteracted at this test and went out. I think he went out to Wokes twice, maybe. And yeah, I hope he's still there because I'd like to see what he can do back in the summer series at Australia.
Now, before we get into our AFL talk, I'm just going to try and find a grab as well. But do you want to go through the F1 and the golf?
Absolutely. So we had the 151st Open at Liverpool. I'll try and get that up. All we know that I thought it was boring. I thought it was a boring tournament.
Yep.
It was sort of the same leader for the last 2 rounds, and it was a pretty long stretch leading as well, if I can find it. My goodness gracious. All right, cool. So Brian Harmon at 13 under American won it by a fair bit, actually, by 6 shots.
Yep.
6 shots. And then Tom Kim, a Korean also playing for the President's Cup team, our fellow internationals, which we all go for, finished tied second at 7 under, as well as Jason Day tied second at 7 under as well. He played very well.
Found it.
Then we had our other fellow Aussies, such as Adam Scott at 1 over and Cam Smith at 1 over. And I believe Min Woo Lee was almost in the mix as well. If I can find it. Yeah, he was in the mix as well. I think he was about 1 under or so. But it was a very low scoring Open, besides obviously the leader. Didn't fault him very much. And the Formula One, the Hungarian Grand Prix, and guess who came back?
Danny Ricciardo.
Now I've started watching it again. Yes, now it's more interesting. Well, not for him. He finished 13th. Had a bit of a mishap on the first
Don't tell
lap.
me the person I'm thinking won again.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Oh,
So for the Hungarian Grand Prix, Verstappen came first, and then Lando Norris second, and Sergio Perez third, with Hamilton coming in fourth, and one of our own, Oscar Piastri, in fifth.
oh, lovely.
Very good, very good. He's been racing very well. And then our follow, Danny Ricciardo, finished in 13th as he had a mishap on the first lap, resulting in him to go right down the bottom. But yes, the next Grand Prix will be in Belgium, and that is on the 28th, 30th of July.
Now, I'm assuming it's already been, but what month again is it that the Australian Grand Prix? What month of the year is it?
March or April, I think it is.
Do you normally go each year, or?
Yeah, when I can.
Yeah, how do you find the experience? Like, is that something you'd like to do, like even go to other countries and watch them?
Yeah, so Australia this year was 31st of March to 2nd of April.
Or is there a particular track that you'd like to go watch a race at?
I've always wanted to go to Singapore.
Mm-hmm.
Singapore's a night race, and it's very good when the cars are lit up and stuff like that. Also, I've always wanted to go to, I think is it Belgium or Spa? I think it's Spa.
Yep.
Yeah, it's either Belgium or I think, what's it called again? Yeah, I think it's called, the track's called Spa, and that's a very famous track known for its corner to 2 to 4. It's a very uphill track, and I'd like to sit there and watch the cars go up there because they go freaking quick.
Mm-hmm.
Or next year, Las Vegas, a night race as well. I'd like to go there.
Yeah, that'd be lovely,
That'd
wouldn't
be
it?
very, very lovely. Or Las Vegas.
And that would definitely be the only thing you'd be doing. You'd only be watching the Formula Ones, wouldn't you?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Wouldn't be heading anywhere else, would you?
No.
No.
No, not at all.
Gamble responsibly?
No. Yeah, that's bucket list for old Holty, Tristan Walton.
Yep.
Las Vegas is number one. Go there for a week or so. It would just be fantastic. And if it was Formula One, it would just be the cherry on top. But, yeah.
Weren't they considering doing a week there for the NRL?
Yeah. Or Los Angeles or something like that. But
Yeah.
it was in America somewhere. Going back to what you said, Australia Grand Prix is a great experience. I definitely recommend it for people to go there.
I have been definitely once. I think I've been twice.
Yeah, it's always good on a nice summer's day, even though March and April is autumn. But when it's really sunny and hot, it's a good day there. When
I
it's
went
raining
with
crap.
school probably in year 9. I think I went to school. There used to be a
very
thing
good.
in year 9. You got to go. That was the year when all the activities happened year 9 for us. And then Grand Prix was one of them. So, yeah.
Oh, good. It's good fun. Alrighty. What are we on to now?
Friday night, I'll get the ball rolling with
Love
we'll
it.
start with the AFL now. A bit of crackle there. I don't know if you heard that.
Oh, a bit of
you got the
crack.
you haven't got the
No,
headphones
I
on. So.
don't. My ears are hot.
So Friday night we had Essendon versus the Western Bulldogs, 7-7-49. Essendon defeated by the Bulldogs 13-10-90 by a total of 41 points. Some of the goal kickers you had Wright kicking 3 with Langford 2, and for the Bombers, for the Bulldogs you had Ugle-Hagan and Waitman with the 3, and Bontempelli, who was superb, must I say, with 2 goals and some single goal kickers.
Oh yeah.
Going along some of the disposals for Essendon, which is kind of a concern, I think. All their top disposal getters were all in the back half. So that's a bit concerning. And Ridley had 29, is also down with an injury, though. Redmond had 28, Laverde had 27, and Macrae had 26. For the Bulldogs, this guy has been for the last probably 6 weeks or even the whole year, been an absolute bull in and under. Liberatore had 36 to go along with 12 clearances. Bontempelli, as we mentioned before, had 29, 2 goals, 9 score involvements, 5 clearances, and 647 metres gained. Daniel had the 28. Chalor had the 25 with 6 clearances. And Bailey Smith responded after some criticism, having 25 and 6 clearances.
Geelong man.
Yeah. Some talking points. Fast start by Essendon with Peter Wright kicking the opening goal with just 19 seconds. Did you watch much of this game?
I did see that.
I
did see that.
Could you imagine the Murphy household? After Mr. 2 metre 7 seater, what is it?
2 metre 7 seater, 846,000 litre.
Yeah, imagine.
Yeah, I reckon the baby would have said its first words when he saw that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that Murphy household would be going off.
What's this mean for Essendon now, do you think?
Do
Do they play finals?
I'm going to still say yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say they're going to take St Kilda's spot.
Yep.
I reckon they're better than St Kilda. And I'm still going to say yes, but I reckon they'll finish 8th.
Okay, yeah, so they'll face whoever's 5th. And I reckon this week, at the end of the thing, we'll do
Predicted ladder?
No, yeah, we'll predict the ladder, but
Yeah.
we'll say how the ladder's going at the moment because we don't normally do that, which is something.
Yeah.
Probably, I don't know
Something
why
we
we
should do.
don't always do that.
Oh, we'll do it at the end.
We never look at the ladder.
We'll do it at the end. Why don't we do a predicted ladder at the end?
And another talking points was Bontempelli and Liberatore were huge.
Huge.
Could Bontempelli? I know everyone's saying, and I love this man, but could Bontempelli?
Well, why'd you say it like that?
No, but could Bontempelli challenge?
I love this
No,
man.
I'm talking about Nick Dacos. But could Bontempelli still win the Brownlow? Is it a clear race still?
Oh, it's a clear race.
You reckon Nick Dacos has it
gotcha.
now?
Yeah,
Like he may as well just be wearing it now.
It's a disposal award.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you don't think Bontempelli could challenge him the way he's been playing?
I don't think he's had enough games.
Okay, yeah, just thought I had there. And
Yet.
Yep.
If he goes well, how many's left? 6 rounds?
Not even.
even?
5.
5?
Look, there's
If he
20. There's
plays
24 in there
If
this
he
year.
plays 5 straight,
Is there 24 rounds this year? Yeah.
if
Yeah.
he
So
plays
5.
5 straight good rounds, I'm going to say yes. Even 4.
Okay. Do you want to take some Saturday game?
Oh.
Jeez, we were looking at the scores as I was commentating up at where was I? Sorry, Officer, and we were like, "What the hell's going on?"
Yeah, I wasn't very impressed. Richmond came back and won this. Yes, I did tip Hawthorn.
Oh no!
Yeah, I did. Richmond 14-12, 96 defeating the Hawks 15-5. Very accurate 95. Oh, that rhymed. With Richmond, with superstar Taranto kicking 3, Baker 2, Martin 2, Rewalt, Bolton, Graham, Hopper, Soldo, McIntosh, and Miller, all with 1 as well. And for the Hawks, future star forward Mitch Lewis kicking 4, Wingard with 3, Bruce with 2, Brockman with 2, McGuinness, Warple, Newcomb, and Moore all with 1 as well. And disposals for the Tigers, we had the ultimate meatball with 28 and 7 tackles, with Ross with 27, and then we had Martin with his casual 24 and 2 goals to add on top of that, and then Tim Taranto with 23 and 3 goals, 8 tackles, and 8 score involvements just to add on the resume. And then for the Hawks, we had John Newcomb with 30, Sicily with 28, and Warple with 27. And don't forget about Amon with his 27 and 85% efficiency. Talking points, Trick.
Richmond kicked the last 6 goals to come behind for the win.
God.
Does McQualter have a chance of getting this full-time gig next season?
Oh, man, why not?
To pull off something like that and the way they have been playing too. And like Martin's coming good, Bolton's come good. Like all that type of stuff. And I don't know why if he keeps going like this, he would be the front runner.
I reckon he would be. Absolutely.
Liam Baker with the snap.
Could you think anyone else? Who could you think of?
That hasn't been tried, maybe.
No. Something that Richmond could experiment with. Who do you think?
As a coach.
Yeah. Could they go back to the old Stuart Joe? I mean, he's at the Aussies now.
I've heard good things about Daniel Janzira-Kuza.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably...
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it's probably...
I reckon he will.
Yep.
I reckon he will get it.
There is someone, but I can't remember exactly who it is, but he's at Carlton at the moment. I can't remember exactly who it is, but
as you were saying,
Hawks played a good brand of footy for 3 quarters. It actually looked really good.
Very good, very good.
Ned Reeves is under MRO scrutiny for his sling tackle in the first quarter, and has been confirmed now that it's 1 match suspension for rough conduct on Tigers ruckman Ivan Soldo.
Fair.
Did you see this one?
Fair.
Yeah, fair.
Fair.
And Richmond mid-season draftee Matthew Coulthard debuts as the sub and immediately makes an impact with back-to-back goal assists, and I believe he had 7 or 8 touches as well.
Ooh,
so that's a good one to look through to the future. Hawthorn.
Oh, that should say Carlton.
That should say Carlton. Carlton, West Coast. I mean, do we really want to talk about this game? One thing we can talk about is...
double figures.
Oh, Charlie with the Big 10.
Oh, wow.
How did you sit back and watch this game at all? Just watch Charlie go to work?
Absolutely not.
Neither did I, but...
No. Oh, my God. But we'll go through it. Take it away, please.
21-14, 140 defeated. West Coast 10-9, 69, 71 points. Obviously, Curnow with the 10 and Motlop with the 2. Darling kicked 2. Hewitt had 31 and 10 clearances. Doherty had 29 with 9 clearances. And Witherden for the Eagles had 30. And Gaff also had 30, while Duggan had 27. Obviously, we mentioned Charlie Curnow kicks 10. I think he's going to froth off not having Harry Macrae there.
Oh, yeah, he will.
He'll
be centre of attention.
Here's one for you, though. This is the first 10-goal haul by Blues since Stephen Kernahan kicked 10 goals 7 against Footscray early in the 1995 season. So it's been that long since a 10-goal hole has been kicked for a Carlton. And now, did you see Sam Jesse-Seaton received a 2-match suspension for a dangerous tackle? And Holty, take it away.
That was fair.
Yep.
Oh, God.
Yep.
Oh, God. He could have slung him to bloody Africa if he wanted to. Seriously.
And injury carnage for the Blues with some injuries. You had Silvani with a knee, Walsh with a hamstring, Motlop with a calf, and Dow, we don't exactly know what the extent of the injury is, and Shuey had a hamstring.
Again.
Now.
Yeah. Oh.
By the way, I'm going to
choice.
give you a heads up. When you get to the Collingwood game, there's a few talking points.
I know that.
Yeah, so
I know that.
But there is a lot in a lot of these games I found this week.
Brisbane Bears.
What in this game, to be fair?
Brisbane Bears v the old handbag Geelong Cats. 9-10-64. The Bears defeated the handbags. 7-11-53. Goal kickers for the Bears, we had Danaher with 2, Hipwood with 2, McCartney with 2, and Archie, Cameron, and McKenna all with 1. And then for the handbags, finally he's come back. Jeremy Cameron with 3. Dangerfield, I thought he had a great game with 2. Henry and Stengel all with 1 as well.
Although, you say great game, he was playing midfield.
Who's this?
Dangerfield.
Yeah.
Only had the 19 touches.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, but I just thought he was very impactful when he had the ball.
Yep.
And then we had Dunkley with 27, Emma Cluggage with 26, also with Neil with 25, just the casual 3 racking them all up. And I say best on ground for Geelong was Stewart with 25, 9 marks and 13 intercepts. Talking points, take it away.
Cats came back after being 37 points down in the third. How was your household going when they started to make a comeback?
I think we turned it off midway through the third quarter because it was a very disgusting first half. And after watching the Sydney draw game that we played, I didn't think anything would get any better. Mm-hmm. And dare I say it, we don't deserve a spot in the top 8. You can't back up. I know, you have a bad day, you have this, you can't back. It's so hard to back up a premiership, but you've got to put effort in.
Yeah.
There is some performances out there that
Signal them.
Who am I signalling?
Who's some players that need a lift in their efforts?
Oh, no matter who I say I'm going to get targeted for it, Stengel needs a lift.
Mm-hmm.
I still reckon Oliver Henry's the worst trade in Geelong history. Yep, it's terrible.
Go on.
Yep, shocking call. Holty, shocking call. That's the shocking call of the episode. Tom Hawkins needed to lift that game. I mean, you have a bad game. Kicked 5 goals last week. So, Jeremy Cameron came back. I mean, you can't really single him out. It's a team effort. Yep. It's not a one-man job. And, yeah, I'm just gutted by Geelong this year. Yeah. Getting
and
a bit of...
rumour has Chris Scott signing on.
Yeah, Chris Scott signing
2
on.
2 years, I believe.
Yeah. It's almost bringing a tear to my eye how bad they're going.
What did you think of hearing that he could be signing on for 2 more years?
No comment.
Fair enough. I thought Callum Archie was really good. Played one of his best games today. Obviously had 23 disposals, 9 marks and a goal. Took the clutch mark and probably the game-sealing goal.
Yes. Yep.
Will Ashcroft. Now this is tragedy. But it's confirmed to be an ACL.
It is.
It's confirmed ACL. What a great first season he's had. Obviously, he was a number 1 draft pick, but no one could expect he would have this much of an impact on the Brisbane Lions midfield. He's one of their main goals in their Brisbane Lions midfield, so they will miss him.
Yep.
And what did you think of this one? You can talk about this one, but what do you think of this one in the third quarter? Don't know if you saw it.
I thought it's a great decision.
Yep. Tom Stewart went into the midfield for the third quarter.
Great decision. I've always said
apparently Chris Scott's been talking about it for a while.
No, I haven't really taken notice of it, but I reckon it was a great decision. But at the same time, I'd like him still down back, just as that intercept, and then he just good kick out of the back line and makes a good decision. I've always spoken to Dad and to other Geelong supporters when I go down there sometimes. How about I know he didn't play this game, but how about put Gary Rohan in the centre? Put him in the centre just for speed purposes and he does not care about his body. He just bulldozes anyone he wants to, as hence Jeremy Cameron.
Yep.
Put him in there. And also Tyson Stengel, $3,000 to $2,000 with an early plea for striking Dane Zorko in the last quarter. I actually did not see that.
But I thought I'd put you there. I thought you might have saw it, so
No.
I thought I'd...
Was it bad?
It wasn't great. He's got $3,000 fine.
Oh, fantastic.
Now moving on to
The old
Freo in Sydney. This was interesting, actually. I thought this result. Saturday night in Perth too. Fremantle 12-4-76 defeated by Sydney 16-9, 105, 29 points. Schultz kicked 4 for the Dockers, as well as Walters kicking 2. Franklin and Haywood kicked 3 for the Swans, while McDonald, Heaney, Mills, and Papley kicked 2, along with Gordon and Warner with the 1. Some of the disposals you had here was Sarong with 32 with 10 clearances, Brayshaw 26, and O'Meara 26. For the Swans, you had Parker with 31, 9 tackles, 8 clearances, and 9 score involvements. Some of the talking points were Luke Jackson flourished in the number 1 ruck role with a career high 43 hitouts. How do you think he's going to go in the future coming as a number 1 ruck? Is he built to be a number 1 ruck?
Oh, absolutely he is.
How do you have you found his season to date so far?
Not bad at all,
Yep.
actually. Not bad. Nothing else.
Franklin put a stamp in the game as Fremantle looked to be making a surge back in the Swans, kicking 2 crucial goals in the third quarter, showing he's still, at the age he is, can put bums on seats and is a game winner, an X factor that can take a game away from you like that.
Buddy for one more year. I said it before and I'll say it again. Buddy for one more year. Yes, please.
Next game, Holty.
Oh, I thought you'd go through this.
Oh, I can if you want, or you can go.
Please go, please. I want to hear it. I want to hear it, and I want to hear Connor criticise how many points there are.
There is a lot of points in a lot of the other games.
Ahead. No. Go ahead. Wait, hang on. Whoa.
Getting your timer up.
No. I need to reply to a message. Hang on a minute. All right, I just replied to Connor, and I said he's starting now. Go.
Was this game of the year, may I add? Port Adelaide v Collingwood, the Adelaide Oval, 12-11-83. Port Adelaide defeated by Collingwood, 13-7-85.
Don't rush through it.
I'm not. This is how I normally talk.
Go.
Rosie, Dixon, Pepper all kicked 2, while for the Pies, you had Elliott with 3, McStay and Mychick with the 2. Some of the disposals, you had Butters with 31, I thought was really good, but I thought this guy was their best, which was Connor Rosie with 28, 2 goals, 7 inside 50s and 641 metres gained, while Houston, as always, had the 25 with 7 intercepts. For the Pies, you had Penderbury with 28 and 6 clearances, Sidebottom with 26, Nick Dacos with 25 and 9 clearances, not normally as much as an impact. Adams had a really good game, I thought, with 25, 9 clearances, 8 inside 50s and 6 score involvements to go along with the goal. As I mentioned earlier, was this game of the year? I think they said it was 11 lead changes and 5 of them came in the last quarter.
I'll say yes. I mean, game of the year was Geelong and Sydney tied. Wasn't that interesting?
Yeah.
Yes, I'll say yes.
Jamie Elliott does it again.
When does he not?
Oh, that was...
When does he
First
not?
it was Josh Dacos who did it, and then Jamie Elliott did it again. I was just like...
Outrageous.
It really was.
God.
Next one was... William Drew. They actually went to Nick Dacos this time, and I thought this was good, but they opted to drop the tag probably halfway through the third quarter and went to Jordan Ngoe instead. So that's when Nick Dacos went on to kick a goal in the last 2. So don't know why they dropped that, but William Drew I thought was really good, impacted the amount of influence Nick Dacos would normally have on a game. I thought Taylor Adams was huge in his 200th game, and I loved how Jamie Elliott's running into an open goal, stopped, turned around and gave the handball back to him. I thought that was a really good moment.
Tomahawk copy.
I thought Nathan Murphy was very influential down back in his 50th game. Knowing when to come off his opponent and spoil, and knowing when to mark, and he did a really good job on Jeremy Finlayson until he went into the ruck, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
Connor Rosie, we mentioned earlier, was outstanding, and
Port's
pressure was enormous, may I add.
It was. It damn was.
Sam Powell-Pepper's goal in the first goal of the game, and his impact on the game, I thought he was another really good player for them.
I reckon he's continuing to get better with age. Oh, he's not even that old, isn't he?
Nah.
He's about 20 odd.
Mm.
God, he's actually not. Like, he's been around for ages. I remember watching an old game the other day and he had hair.
Yeah.
It was incredible.
Wait, he had hair at one point?
He had hair. I'm not kidding.
No,
like
I
a
don't-
full head of hair.
Don't believe you.
And he could style that head of hair too.
And what do you think of Willie Rioli? He's going to challenge him. He got 2-match suspension for striking Nathan Murphy.
So you can see some of the comments, like Kane Corns on the Sunday Footy Show, and was it classified as? Oh no, just Sunday Footy Show. I think it was. Like you can see where Matthew Lloyd's coming from, and you can see where Kane Corns is coming from. I mean, it was an open hand slap, and it hit him in the neck.
I got him in the face.
Did it get him in the
Yeah,
face?
got him in the face.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was more just a shock impact. It was one of them
okay.
ones, yeah. Because when he was down, I noticed he was a bit dazed. Like he sat there for a minute, and was like, and sat up and was like, I was like, oh, is he actually in trouble here? What's going on with Murphy? And then,
but I mean, Willie should know better, and there's no need to hit people. And if you're going to hit people, it's a jumper punch. So 1 week.
And just one thing I wanted to play, but before we get on to the next game, Craig Macrae. What can this guy not do wrong?
Just require headphones.
This does require headphones.
Okay, here we go.
Now, there was a lot of build-up coming into the game. Braden Maynard first, then Ken Hinkley replied, but I love the way Craig Macrae responded.
Okay.
Please don't squash the build-up to it. Like, please don't squash that. I love the banter and the theatre of footy. We shouldn't get precious about comments. I wasn't. I got great respect for Ken, enormous respect for Ken, and I'm in early stages of my career, and I look at him and admire what he's gone through this year and what he's been able to do with this team under adversity. So I think the theatre of footy, we should embrace it. Allow Braden Maynards to just be himself, be authentic. What's wrong with that? Like, that's just him. Well, why would we put that in the box? Go, oh, we better not say that because that might fire the opposition up. Like, come on. Still got to bounce the ball and get to work. So I love that build-up and the anticipation for this game. This was a great game of footy. So,
What do you think of that?
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. As much as everyone around, Jesus, that was very loud in the headphones.
Sorry.
I've lost my hearing.
Because I had it on full on the Bluetooth.
Yeah. I reckon as much as your box seat to win the whole bloody thing this year.
Yeah.
As much as you're in that box seat,
We're gettable.
and a long way, I'd say you're in the box seat. Because we all know, and everyone knows, but Port fans, they still reckon they can win in Melbourne, but it's a very unlikely opportunity that they will against the very box seat Collingwood. But at the same time, I'd like Ken Hinkley to win a flag.
Yeah, 100%.
And then leave Port Adelaide.
Yep.
And then just finish on the highest note possible.
Yep. Do you want to take... Oh, I did. You did. No, sorry. That was me who did it. Do you want to do GWS Gold Coast?
I will, actually.
That wasn't that long, was it? It was just a lot of talking points that I noticed when I was...
6 minutes.
Yeah, but some of it was you talking too, and some
6
of it,
minutes.
and some of it wasn't me
Did
talking.
you hear that, Connor Murphy? 6 minutes.
A minute of it was Craig Macrae's speech.
Still Collingwood.
So we talked a lot about other games. It wasn't just Collingwood.
Alrighty. So
At the same time, it's hard to talk about it.
It's okay. It's all right. Sunday, Arvo, we had the Giants v. the Gold Coast. Giants 15-13, 103, defeating the Gold Coast 9-9-63. And then the goal kickers for the Giants. Your man, no one's probably laughing at you anymore.
No.
Old Toby Green with 3.
I'll tell you what, Matty
oh.
Lloyd, he must be listening to the podcast, I reckon. What do you reckon?
I reckon. Must be.
He went with it on 3AW.
Oh, yeah.
I was like...
I heard it.
Lloydie, can I have some credit here? Can I have some credit?
Oh.
Like,
Be listening.
yeah, Lloydie, I'm your source, mate.
Mm-hmm.
Credit me next time.
I've met the man before.
What's he like?
He's not bad.
Yep.
Loves himself.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Green with 3, Daniels with 2, Brown with 2, Riccardi with 2, and then, oh my God, what the hell's that? Agwin?
Mm-hmm.
Agwin, and then Bedford, Lloyd, Cumming, and Cornelio Kelly all with 1 as well. And for Gold Coast, we had Lukosius with 3, Ainsworth with 2, and then Hollands with 2. Oh my God, is that O? OER?
Oa, I think.
Oa.
Yep.
OER. And then Casbolt with 1 as well. How was Casbolt's goal? Drop punt from the boundary.
When does he do
That's
that?
how it should be done.
When does he ever do that? Normally?
Oh,
normally it's just mark and then hope for the best.
Hope for the best. Disposals for the Giants, we had Cornelio with 28 and then Kelly with 28, then as well as Himmelberg with 26, as well as 12 marks on top of that. And then for Gold Coast, we had Flander with 31, Atkins with 29.
Sorry, I missed an S there, so it's Flanders.
Oh, Flanders with 31 and Atkins with 29 and 86% efficiency. And then also we had Anderson with 26 and 6 clearances. Talking points, Trent.
Giants make it 6 in a row and they now slide into
scary.
the top 8. They are.
They're scary.
Adam Kingsley's done a great job in his first year.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just one. Harry Himmelberg showing his value, I believe, to not just GWS, but other clubs as he's on the free agent market at the end of the season, but not as a key forward, as a key defender. I think he's a really damaging key defender.
It's because he's got that damaging leap and mark. That's why.
I think they've toiled with him playing back and playing forward.
He's almost
he
a
needs to stay
utility
back.
everywhere.
Yeah, he needs to stay back.
But
He needs to stay back, but obviously the option's there if they need him to go forward.
absolutely. Yep.
GWS backline also did the job with continuing his form after returning. Sam Taylor took 10 marks, and Harry Himmelberg took 12 marks and 10 intercepts, while Jack Buckley also had 10 intercepts.
Absolutely right. And I also wanted to mention and shout out former guest of the show. I reckon he had an outstanding game on the weekend, and I did see it. If I want to pull it up.
Mac Andrew?
Andrew.
He was very good, wasn't he?
He had an outstanding game. I reckon it was definitely his best game
Go in the
his
marks.
career.
Go in the marks. Oh, you got him.
I reckon he had an outstanding game. Definitely his best in his career so far. I know it's been short, but hope for the best in the future. But for Mac Andrews, 16 disposals, 13 kicks, 3 handballs, 8 marks.
And then slide down. How many intercepts did we have?
How many intercepts did we have? Oh, goodness gracious. I've never been down this far in stats. 7.
Yeah, that's really good. I was very impressed with his game.
And he is really, with the 8 marks and 7 intercepts as well.
He's a flashy player for his height too, isn't he?
Oh, absolutely. I was about to say that, for his 202 centimetre height and his leap on top of it to make it 300 centimetres. He's definitely shown that with his marking, and I want to say congrats to him. I thought he had a very, very good game.
Yep. Now moving on to Melbourne and Adelaide. 14-13-97. Melbourne defeated the coming back Adelaide 13-15-93. Some of the goal kickers, you had Chandler with 3, Pickett, Gordon, Melchin with 2, then Smith, Van Rowan, Neil Bowen, Viney, and Woden. Walker kicked 4, Keys kicked 2, Rankin kicked 3. I'm putting him around the wrong order for a mistake. Fogarty, Murphy, McAdams, Smith, all with the 1. You had Viney for the Ds with 27. Petrarca 26, Brayshaw 26 with 8 clearances, while for the Adelaide Crows, their leading disposal getter was only Schellenberg with 23 with 5 clearances and 9 score involvements. Talking points, small forwards for both sides have massive impact. So at one end, you had Isaac Rankin kicking 3 goals with 20 disposals and 9 score involvements. And then the other end, you had Cosy Pickett kicking 2 goals with 20 disposals and 11 score involvements, while also playing a bit of a pinch hit in the midfield. I like him getting up the ground in the midfield. Don't know about you.
I always like the influence of small forwards and other small players around the grounds having a crack in the midfield, because then when it's rolled into the forward line, bonus for the team that's in the forward line with the ball, it's a cherry on top for them.
Yeah.
Because they know what they're doing around there. But yeah, I reckon this was one of the great games on the weekend, despite the Collingwood and Port Adelaide game. I reckon both those players played very well.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And then Crows didn't go without a fight.
Oh, no.
Did they keep coming and coming?
Coming.
I put it on mute halfway through the third quarter. Then I looked at the AFL app and I looked up and I was like, what the hell is going on?
Oh, yeah. It was very good. And then with our injuries, we had Macrae with a knee. And then we had old Rankin. Oh, sad. Hamstring goes bad.
I think Murray's season's done. That's his season done.
Macrae.
And Rankin will be about a month. So depending to see, he might get back by the end of the year. We'll see. Do you want to take the next game, mate?
Oh, God, do I
What a cracking game. Jeez, we love Ross Lyon footy.
Have you seen that meme on Instagram where he goes, into
froze.
the bin.
Yeah, yeah.
And the guy that's recording, Con Air, we're playing. That was so good. The old St Kilda, under the lid, the Kanga. Rows. 9-15, very inaccurate St Kilda. How unusual. 69 defeating North Melbourne 9-7-61. Goal kickers for the Saints. We had Higgins with 2, Owens with 2, Calamari with 1, Marshall, Sinclair, Steele, and Sherman all with 1 as well. And then Kanga, Roo, Thomas with 3, and the Suv with 3 as well. Zeeble, Ford, and Tristan Sherry. What a handsome name that is, with 1 as well. And disposals for the Saints, we had Steele with 33. Is it Windhager?
Yep.
With
Spot on. Good boy.
Windhager with 30 as well. Sinclair with 29. And then don't forget about Crouch with 26 as well as Wood with 25 as well. And then for the Kangaroo, LDU had 33. Just the usual 23 of them contested as well and 12 clearances. And then we had the old box of Cheezels with 28 and 647 metres gained. Talking points, please, Tricky.
The Saints trailed by 16 points at three-quarter time, but stormed home to take the win.
Oh, yeah.
But the question of the day is, have they really improved since last season? No.
No.
No?
I mean, in terms of winning games, yes, but in terms of the style of footy they've played, that's a big fat donut. No.
Did you see Brad Hill got sent to hospital with chest pain, and actually, before we sent to hospital, he was in the change rooms coughing up blood after a big hit he copped.
Oh, didn't know that.
Yeah, so I don't know. I think he's out of hospital now, but
Did not know that.
and Taron Thomas is finding his feet at AFL level, I think.
Oh, yeah.
If he can keep up his odd behaviour, he's a really valuable player to North Melbourne going into the future.
Absolutely.
I think. Now, let's go through the ladder.
The ladder. Oh.
As we sit at the moment, we'll go through top 8. So you got Collingwood on 64 points in first place.
Pretty much locked.
Second place is Port Adelaide on 56. Third place is Brisbane on 52. Fourth place is Melbourne on 48. Now, the next 3 spots are all on 40 points. So, Western Bulldogs in 5th, but their percentage is 106.4. St Kilda in 6th, their percentage is 140.7. And GWS in 7th, and their percentage is 102.2. Well, the Cats sit in 8th position with 38 points, but their percentage is very healthy at 121.
Oh, it's very healthy.
Now, a couple of the ones that could...
Thanks to Essendon, Mr. Murphy.
A couple of ones that probably might be able to sneak in, we'll mention. Carlton in the 9th spot with 38 points.
Yep.
They're coming.
Oh, yeah.
Richmond in 10th spot on 38 points. Essendon in 11th spot on 36 points.
And you can stop there.
Yeah.
We're not reading that next team.
Now, looking at the 8 now, who comes in, who goes out, or does it stay?
Well, I'm gonna say about my own team, they're gonna have to play fucking well for the next 5 weeks. If they have the toughest draw.
Yep.
And they have, I think it's Freo, Bulldogs, Collingwood, Port Adelaide, and St Kilda.
Yep.
They are gonna have to play extremely well to keep their top 8 spot. Giants, I reckon they can cling on. St Kilda, I just don't see anything with them at the moment. Top weight worthy.
Yep.
Bulldogs, I reckon they'll stay in there.
I agree.
And then I reckon pretty much top 4 is pretty much locked.
Yeah.
I reckon the predicted ladder will be Collingwood, Port, Brisbane, Melbourne. I reckon Bulldogs will stay. And I think it will go Giants, Geelong, Essendon.
So Carlton miss out.
Oh, it's either between Essendon and Carlton, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, actually, no. It's either between Carlton, Richmond, Essendon. I'm going to leave that top 8. I'm going to leave
that 8 spot open.
Spot vacant.
So the 7 is locked for you, which go for it again.
Because I reckon Geelong will shit their pants and they'll start winning.
So you're saying the 7 that are locked are Collingwood, Port, Brisbane, Melbourne, Western Bulldogs, WS, Geelong.
Correct.
Are the 7 that are locked. And then the 8th spot can go to Carlton, Richmond, or Essendon. You don't think St Kilda are in the question?
I just don't see anything. Like, I know they're sitting 6, and like 6 to 11's a big bloody drop.
Yep.
Like, it's a big drop, but I just don't see anything worthy. Like let's have a look who St Kilda have. Like round 20, St Kilda have Hawthorn.
Mm-hmm.
That's a possible win, but again, that's a danger game for them as well. Then they have Carlton.
Yep.
Almost looking like an L. They have Richmond. They're coming too. And these are all teams that they're playing that are fighting for a top 8 position, and they're going to come out roaring. And then they have us, Geelong as well.
Where at?
Geelong. Oh, no, at Marvel, sorry.
Oh, yep.
And then they have Brisbane. They have a pretty hard draw as well.
Brisbane.
But it's going to suck for them. But Ross Lyon's really going to have to really flip a script here to keep their top 8. But, yeah, I reckon teams like GWS, Geelong, St Kilda will start to shit themselves a little bit and possibly win games, or they'll just fold. Simple as that. Yep.
All right, moving on to the team of the week and the Rolling All Australians. A few changes, but I want you to also find someone for the Andrew Phillips. I've got my player. Maybe you've already mentioned. Maybe you've already mentioned the player today. If you want to mention him, or you want to find another player. So if you want to have a look while I go through my team of the week, you can also listen to see if there's anyone you debate.
I will.
Okay, team of the week we'll start with. So starting with the full back line, I've got Rory Atkins, James Sicily, and Tom Stewart.
Yep.
My half back line is Harry Sheasel, Harry Himmelberg, and Ryan Burton. My centre line is Hugh McCluggage, Marcus Bonampelli, and I know this guy doesn't play on a wing, but I couldn't get him in the starting midfield, and I didn't want to start him on the bench, so I got Connor Rosie on the other wing. My half forward line is Isaac Rankin, Mitch Lewis, and Cossie Pickett.
Yep.
My full forward line is Toby Green, Charlie Curnow, Jamie Elliott.
Yep.
My midfield is Max Gawn, Tom Liberatore, and Luke Davies-Uniacke.
Yep.
My interchange is Zach Butters, Noah Bolter, Taylor Adams, and Jack Steele, and my sub is Caleb Sarong.
Yep.
Happy?
Happy.
All right. Now, if we move over to the Rolling All-Australian squad, and there's a few changes. So, as I mentioned, I posted a video earlier today about it. I just want to make it clear that because it's Rolling All-Australian, if someone has an injury or if someone's been a couple of weeks out of form and someone's really in form in that position, I have to include them now into the squad because it's a rolling team. It doesn't mean that the person that I took out who's had a really consistent season all year is going to be not in my team at the end of the year. But because it's a rolling, I've got to do that. So I just want to make that clear before I start it. So starting with my full back line, I got Isaac Quainer keeping his spot there, Harris Andrews, and coming into the squad is James Sicily. I thought he's been really consistent, missed a couple of games, but I think he worthies a spot in my team. My half back line is Dan Houston, Darcy Moore, Jack Sinclair.
Okay.
My centre line is Josh Dacos, Marcus Bonampelli, and Nick Martin.
Yep.
My half forward line is moving up to a half forward flank, Toby Green, Joe Danaher, and Christian Petrarca. My full forward line is coming into the squad after his last, 4 to 6 weeks, Jamie Elliott as one of the small forwards. Charlie Curnow's got to come back in as the full forward as he's leading the Coleman by 8 goals.
I would have put Jamie Elliott in as a lock.
Huh?
I'd put him in as a lock.
Yes, I'm saying he comes in, but he's only just come in this week.
I reckon he's in there already.
Yep, so, and then Charlie Curnow. But, because even though it's a rolling, most of them will be there, but there might be just, some that I've had to take out that I'll bring back later on.
Yep.
But I think at the moment, as we're speaking, Jamie Elliott's one of them, if not the best small forward in the game, as we speak.
Absolutely.
Charlie Curnow has to come back in, and as the full forward, leading the Coleman by 8. Doesn't mean Taylor Walker comes out of my starting team. He just moves over to a pocket.
Yep.
This guy has a big circle around his name, and there's a guy from Melbourne that is knocking down his door really hard. But I'm going to stick with him because there's something about him and the way he impacts games, gets disposals, gets around the ground. He's had a consistent season. I'm going to stick with Tim English for now.
Okay.
Jordan Dawson, Nick Dacos as my other midfielders.
Yep.
My interchange is Tom Liberatore. Oh, yeah. Last time you went here, I mentioned with JP. Obviously, I had Nick Dacos in the half-back line all year, but I can't consider him a half-back anymore.
No,
he's one of the best. He's one of the best players in the game. So you can't consider him as a defender, but you can't not have him as a starting player in the team.
He's more dangerous in the forward half of the ground.
So you got to you got to include him, I believe, in the All-Australian as a midfielder now.
And that's what I reckon will believe that'll secure his Brownlow votes each round. If he stays in that forward half of the ground
Kicks
and
goals.
really impacts and assists, and that's what people look at.
And coming into the side is Tom Liberatore. I think he's been exceptional.
Oh, yeah.
Connor Rosie, Zach Butters, and Caleb Sarong. And my sub is Zach Merritt.
Yep.
So some of the ins are James Sicily, Jamie Elliott, Charlie Curnow, and Tom Liberatore.
Yep.
The outs are Charlie Ballard comes out for James Sicily. Jerry Finlayson comes out after a couple of quiet weeks. Errol Gordon's probably the stiffest out of the lot. And then Isaac Rankin comes out only because of the injury. And so the swaps there, Charlie Ballard, as I mentioned, for James Sicily. Jerry Finlayson comes out. Toby Green moves up to the half forward. And then Jamie Elliott takes his Toby Green spot in that pocket.
Yep.
Isaac Rankin comes out. And Taylor Walker moves across to that pocket. And then Charlie Curnow comes in and takes his position in the full forward. And Zach Merritt just goes from the interchange to sub. Okay. And knocking on the door I have at the moment, Max Gawn is knocking hard on Tim English's door these last few weeks, I believe.
Okay.
Jeremy Finlayson's still knocking on the door, even though he just went out because he's just had a really good year and a very impacted year and consistent year. Okay. Errol Gordon is, and it was really hard to leave him out. And I think the last few weeks, Mason Wood's coming back into contention for that wing spot.
Oh.
And I'm sorry, you're going to call me biased, but he's not taking Josh Dacos' spot. He's looking at Nick Martin. Or he's looking at a bench spot. I know, that's not going to go well in the group chat. But Nick Martin was a bit quieter on the weekend.
Oh.
He was a bit quieter on the weekend, and I think Josh Dacos has a bit more impact on a game. Don't know what you think. I think he hits the scoreboard a bit more. And don't know. That's just my personal opinion. Or Mason, not even a starting position, but he's looking at a position even on a bench as a rotating player who can play forward as well as on a wing. So what do you think of that?
I reckon it's good.
And now, have you got your player?
Yes, I do.
Okay, now I've got my player, so let's get into it.
Phillips, great grab. He's been so impressive, this bloke. First
Phillips off the ground, goal. Oh, the big goal. Oh, good tackle on that occasion by Phillips. Aggressive tackle it was by Phillips.
Take it away, Holty. You can start it off.
My player for the Andrew Phillips. I'm not sure if he's already in there, but I just mentioned him before, and I thought he played a stellar game, and it went unnoticed. Big Mac Andrew.
He's not in there at the moment, and I'm glad you said it.
Oh, yes.
We need some more defenders.
I really took note of his game in the weekend.
What was it especially about his game that you liked, and like going into the future, you can see him impacting games? Like, what traits did you notice and all that type of stuff?
I mean, when I was back in interleague and that, like I was shit. I'll be honest, I was shit. I was still stuck in my shell and that, but just watching him using his height and marking, I love that. I love that as a person at his height, just going up and marking and then making a right decision with the ball and getting it out in the back line.
For someone,
my God.
Not someone with that height isn't necessarily known to use the ball.
The bloke has a long ass stabbing kick, and when he hits a target, holy shit! And I recognised that on the weekend. It was fucking good. So he's in that team. I don't care.
Shout out to Mac, obviously, if you want to go listen to his episode interview. He's a lot early. I can't remember exactly what number it is, but now my player. I mentioned him earlier too, and we're going with another ruckman.
Oh no!
This guy has a dog in him. He has a dog in him.
A dog.
He has a dog in him. He's a real goer.
Yeah.
It's Luke Jackson.
Oh, yeah, okay.
43 hitouts in the weekend. Like, didn't have as much disposal as he normally would, but he was really good, I thought.
Are you responding to the criticism?
Yeah, I just
on
looked
the chat,
at it.
are you?
Yeah.
So what has happened on the chat here is, oh my goodness gracious, what is this? So Tricky reckons Mason Wood will be take over Nick Martin's spot in the rolling AO. And what did Mr. Murphy say?
I have no clue, apparently.
Yes. And then also we just found out Tim Ludman, old name in Australia cricket, retaining the Ashes due to a washout is a somewhat hollow feeling. kind of like winning a World Cup due to an overthrow deflection. We'll take that. Oh! Well done, Tim. Well done, Tim. I love it. I love it. And what else do we have on the agenda? We just did the Andrew Phillips team of the year. Scrolling down. Oh, come on. How's my powder going?
We'll have a look.
How's my powder going? He better not be bloody losing. He can't have a crack at me for the Sam Mitchell comment and then perform the way he's performing.
Let's have a look.
Because they're both shit calls.
And just into my team as well, I've made had to make a few changes this week.
Oh, did we?
Because I had Jordan Ridley in there.
Oh.
So I had to get rid of Jordan Ridley.
Yep.
And I brought in Darren Rioli.
Yeah, like it.
And another person, I traded out Tom Mitchell.
Yep.
And I brought in Carl Amon.
Mm-hmm.
He had 103 in the weekend.
Yep.
And I also traded out Cam Rayner, I think it was.
Nice.
And brought in Bailey Smith.
I like that.
So they're my 3 swaps. And now if we go to the game day. Where's the other guys? I didn't score very well at all this week.
Oh, no.
Okay, first game, we had Riles up against Frothy's Fray. 2,527 Riles defeated Frothy's Fray, 2,176. Tricky's Troops, disgraceful league by me, must I say. 1,924 defeated by Demonstrative, 2,403.
Jesus.
Dallas Domination, 2,363 defeated Wannabe Cuz, 2,178. Chickadees, 2,326 was defeated by Philly, 2,536. Bloods and Crips, 1,757 was defeated by In It to Win It, 2,412. Calculations Go Hard, 2,093 were defeated by Mavs Team, 2,516. Bailey Sniff, 2,058 defeated Port Adelaide Powder, 1,962.
You're shit, Will.
And 4 left, 2,638 defeated Coke of Ginnivan, 2,522. Now we go over to the rankings. We go to the rankings, leagues by leagues.
God damn it, Powder.
Up the guts.
Bloody hell.
Okay, I've slipped out the top 8. But
first
place is Noah from 4 left. Equal points with Zach in it to win it.
I love that.
Both on 60 points. The percentage is 4 left with 110.1 and Connor with Zach with 108.6. Riles in 3rd place on 52 points. Dallas Domination in 4th place on 48 points. Philly in 5th place on 48 points. And the percentage differences here is Dallas Domination 106.1 and Philly in 105. Mavs Team in 6th place on 44 points. Coke Gideon in 7th place on 40 points. Demonstrative Paul in 8th position on 40 points. And I am actually in 9th place on 36 points.
Where's Mr. Murphy?
He's in 7th place on 40 points, so a game ahead.
Oh.
Mm.
Very, very good. Tips. Oh, yes.
Do you want to get him up as I respond to this?
I will get them up. So round 20 in the AFL calendar for 2023. Friday night at the G. Are you going to attend?
Sold out. Sold out about 5 weeks ago. It's sold out within 5 weeks prior to the game.
One seat available. It's not sold out.
It's sold out like 5 weeks prior to the game.
It cannot be sold out if there's one seat available.
Well, that's what it was advertised about a month ago. That was already sold out.
And if people buy a seat and they go stand near the bar, they're flogged. That is genuine flog. All right. Other way around. Collingwood v Carlton at the G Friday night. Who are we going with?
The grudge match, and I'm going to back my boys in the Pies.
Yeah, I'll have to back your flog-ass team in too. Saturday Arvo.
Good game.
Bulldogs v the Giants. Definitely rivalry between these two.
Where is it?
Mars Stadium in Ballarat.
Go on the Giants.
Oh, really?
Go on the Giants.
I go doggies. I like doggies. Oh, here we go. Oh, Chris Scott says they're dangerous. The Catters v the Dockers down
Cats.
at Geelong.
Cats,
Yeah,
easily.
Cats for me too. And then 4:35, we have the Suns v. the Lions at Heritage Bank.
Lions.
Yeah, Lions. 7:25 Saturday Arvo. We have the Dons v. the Swans.
Bombers.
At Marvel.
Bombers.
Bombers, yeah. That's a very good match too. 11-3-12.
Showdown.
Oh, 7:40.
Showdown.
The Showdown. Crows v. the Powder.
Port Adelaide.
Yeah, Port for me too. But Walker will kick 5. All right. Another rivalry, I reckon, between these two as well. Hawks v. the Saints.
Hawthorn.
Marvel.
Hawthorn.
Yeah, I'll go Hawthorn too. 3:20 on a Sunday. Anzac Eve match. Well, known for it. Tigers v. the D's. Richmond home game at the G.
Melbourne.
D's for me as well. And the biggest match on the calendar.
Hey!
The biggest match on the calendar, and everyone will be eyes on the TV, and the channel will be switched to this game. Prime time television on AFL around 20 calendar. The big grand opening. West Coast Eagles v. the North Melbourne Kanga. Rose. 18th v.
I don't know who to go.
17th.
I don't know who to go. Like, do you back
And
West
it's at
Coast?
Optus too.
Do you back West Coast because it's at Optus? Or
I'm going to go North, and Larky's kicking 6.
okay, in that case, I'll go West Coast just to be a bit different.
Oh,
And that's just going to wrap up the show. As always, guys, make sure to follow, like, and subscribe on all our social medias. And this weekend, Holty,
what is it?
JP's Bucks.
Oh,
Here we go.
shit.
It's JP's Bucks.
Dead.
Here we go.
Oh, you're getting hammered, aren't you?
We're going on a cruise along the Yarra River, a 2-hour cruise. No. Oh, it's a cruise, but $80 a head, and it's free drinks for 2 hours.
Don't fall in.
I won't.
You'll die.
I won't. And
Have you
I'll bring some floaties for JP and anyone else who might need them.
I expect you to be his wingman. I expect you to get hammered.
Why would I be his wingman? It's his Bucks party. He has a fiance, Holty. Why am I being his wingman? You trying to cause trouble? You trying to cause trouble before the wedding?
Oh, yes, I am.
You trying to cause trouble before the wedding, are
Not
you?
that type of wingman. That's supporting. Oh, okay. Let me change it. Right hand man.
Right hand man. There,
Right-hand man. That's a better one.
wingman. I was like, oh, I don't want to deal with Shendell. No, thank you.
Almost forgot what that was.
Right hand
Even
man.
though
Yes,
I've had a lot of them.
yes. Oh, yeah.
Definitely had a lot of wingmans in my past.
And we're going to make sure he has a good time and it has a launch. Sends it. Make sure he has a good crack because this is one of the
You
big.
better film this. Write this down.
I will.
First 2 drinks I want you to have 2 Jaeger bombs.
2 Jaeger bombs. Yep. And
straight on.
With
Get
JP.
on the boat.
With JP.
With JP.
Yeah. So and record it. Yep.
Yeah.
Might be able to give her a good old Bassie's brew rating.
Oh. If I had a Jaeger bomb and it was Basty's brew rating, I'd give it a fucking -5. I fucking hate them. They make me sick. Same with a tequila shot.
Yep.
Oh, don't like it. I went to Taco Bill's the other week, and the first thing we had was a tequila shot with a lime. Oh,
Tell you what's on the menu.
can't do it.
Tell you what's on the menu for one of the free drinks for 2 hours too.
What is it?
You're
Jack
a
Daniels.
big fan. Keep going. Go more classy, mate. What do you love?
A red wine.
A little bit less.
White wine.
Blue Lagoon.
Blue Kazoo.
Free for 2 hours as much as you want.
Oh, I'm fucking spewing.
Is it that good? Do I have to get on it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blue. Oh,
Describe it.
Anything's blue heaven or blueberry.
Describe it to me. What am I tasting?
I'm trying to find something similar. Ever had like blue heaven like slush puppy?
No, I don't think so.
I never had a slush puppy.
No, I don't think so.
Oh my god! Ever had like blue heaven flavor? Like
Maybe not.
Oh, but it's like
It's very sweet, isn't it?
oh, it's ridiculously sweet. You'll get more of a sugar high than drunk.
Yeah, and then another one I've had before, but I have been.
It's like having cordial straight. I'll say.
Okay,
Yep.
there's one I've had, but I've been very drunk. But I've liked it twice when I've had it. Is Sex on the Beach.
Yeah.
I've had that before.
I don't. Holty doesn't mind a good old margarita. As a mind a good old cocktail. Oh, yes. I follow a lot of cocktail people on
Yeah, so it's a
Instagram.
Yarra River, $80 a head for 2 hours and free piss that covers for 2 hours.
Surely you're going out after 2 hours. That's a stupid question, isn't it?
That's a
silly question.
I'll be dragging JP out by his ear if he goes, no, I reckon it's time to call it a night. Call it a night, you reckon?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
your bucks and you're calling it a night after 2
yeah.
hours. The missus can be without you for a night. We're sending it.
Where are we thinking?
Where do you reckon we should
I went to Billboards last weekend, and
What'd
it was
you
a
think?
Taylor Swift theme night. Oh,
Did you like it?
did Holty make an absolute cock of himself?
I don't know if I like billboards.
I love it.
It's too crowded, I think.
Oh yeah, it gets too the dance
Like the
too
dance
small.
floor, it's like to get into a good position and like you got to push it, make your way around.
And I did that about fucking 400 times, and the chicks were looking at me like, "Who the fuck is he?"
I am Holty.
Exactly right, and like the thing that made it better as well. Like I was on the cruises that night.
Oh, the cruises.
I was on the guavas. I was on the
Feeling a
guavas and a
bit
couple
tardy?
and a bit of pineapple as well.
Goated flavour.
Fucking 8 in each hand. Going, sorry, love. Excuse me. Sorry, had a bit fucking 8 in each hand. Oh fuck.
Who are you down there with?
Oh, but a few uni mates.
Yeah.
and like they know how to.
Did you get free entry?
No, it was $10 a ticket.
Yeah, yep.
And I thought Taylor Swift, man. I'm gutted. I missed out on tickets. I would have gone. I would have gone. I'm big Tay-Tay man. Oh shit, yeah. Why are you laughing? Holty's a big Tay-Tay man.
Big Tay-Tay man.
Yeah, I'm a Tay-Tay man.
Bit of love story.
Nah, just
Shake
pure
it off.
Tay-Tay
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Yeah. Shake it off. Bit of style.
Yeah.
Blank space.
Where do you reckon? Where do you reckon we should go? What suggestions after the cruiser on the Yarra River? I don't exactly know where it finishes.
I'll never ever say Empire or Revs. Never.
I've never been Revs and I don't plan on it.
Good. Don't.
You been there?
Yeah, I've been there once.
Thanks, mate. I mean, I expect that. I don't know why, but Yarra Cruise, River Cruises. So,
I could mention
Federation Wharf, Princess Walk, Melbourne is where we meet. Maybe we go to a bar, then hit the clubs, depending on what he does. We've got to stay in the city. We're not going like Chapel or anything.
Oh no, in the city, man.
Where should we-
I mean, Espy's your best bet.
how far is that from there?
St
Far?
Kilda.
Yeah, Yarra River. Yeah,
Wouldn't say it's that far.
yeah. I reckon SB could
Espy's a shout.
be the way to go.
Mango. Mango's not great.
It's
but
not-
if you're looking for city.
Try and get into electric
Because
because we're all going to be dressed up. Try and get into electric. Imagine that.
Man, I didn't mind Mango when I went. It was really
I've
good.
Port Adelaide Powder says it was just horrific.
Mango.
Yep.
Yeah, it is horrific, but I didn't mind it the night that I went because it was Tay-Tay as well.
Oh, here we go again. I got a blank space, baby.
And I'll write your name.
On that note, I think we'll cut it off there and end
I
it there.
think we've been blabbing for the past 12 minutes.
Yeah, we have. Well, thank you guys for listening, and I will be reporting back after the big weekend of JP's Bucks Party with all the news, all the gossips of what's going on with the night, because I'm sure there'll be a lot of stories to tell. Cheers, guys, and see you next week.
So, yeah.